everyone. Welcome to Storytime Sunday. It is Sunday and we are reading a book. However, I guess this isn't really Storytime Sunday because the book we're reading today is Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story. So I guess today isn't Storytime Sunday. I guess today is Reading a Book Sunday because this book isn't a story. I don't know what it is. We'll find out together, but it's not a story. So it is Reading a Book Sunday, not Storytime Sunday, because our book says, read this book if you don't want a story. And I don't know about you, I just didn't feel like a story tonight. So I was like, oh, I guess we'll read this book because I don't want a story. Some nights you just don't want a story, right? Yeah. And we have something a little special for this book. Thanks to our friends over at the Briar Patch who get awesome authors and artists to come in. Wow, that was alliteration for the win. Awesome artists and authors to come in. We have a signed copy of the book. Not only a signed copy, an artist's signed copy. And the special part for you guys is I have a sticker that I'm going to give away for this book tonight. And I'll tell you at the end of Reading a Book Sunday how you can win this sticker. And I will send it to you in the mail with possibly a book, a surprise special book that I don't even know what book it'll be yet. So, Excitebike, a mystery book, and a sticker. I'm sure you're all sitting there in your seats right now saying, how do I get this awesome prize? Or asking your mom and dad, or auntie and uncle, or grandma and grandpa, or friend of a family, how do I get this awesome prize? Well, at the end of this Reading a Book Sunday, I'll explain how you can get this awesome prize. Courtesy of me and technically Briar Patch Books. So as always, we'll give it just a few more minutes to give everybody the opportunity who wants to join to come and join, and then everybody else can come and watch later. And for those of you who come and watch later, thank you for coming and watching later. I hope that you enjoy this even though you aren't on our live broadcast. Totally okay. We'd love for you to be on our live broadcast, but people have lives. Schedules don't always work, so if you're watching this after the fact, we're still just as happy to have you here. So just a few more minutes. I see some people bouncing in and out, so we'll give people a couple minutes to find their way and to join us. And then we'll start our Read a Book Sunday. Not Storytime Sunday this week. Don't forget, it's Read a Book Sunday. Please feel free to say hi. Hi! Who's in the room? Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. What's that? Oh, I can have guests on here. Well, that's fun to know. We might have, in the near future here, some guest story timers. How fun would that be? I'd love to have some other people read you guys books as well. Okay, it is officially 8 o'clock, so we are officially going to start this Read a Book Sunday. And if you're just joining us, why am I calling this Read a Book Sunday and not Storytime Sunday? Becky, why are you doing that? You always call this Storytime Sunday. Well, my faithful friends, the reason I'm doing that is this week, we're Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story. So, I was in the bookstore in Briar Patch and I was thinking to myself, we don't always want to hear a story. This is a good book for those occasions. So tonight, we're not having story time. We are having Read a Book Sunday. And Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story is by Richard Phillips and pictures by Eric Zells. And like I showed you before, this is a signed book. So the artists and the authors of amazingness, awesomeness, have signed this book. And this is the artist's signature. And he drew a little guy. And it says, Mr. Book says hello. Wonder why Mr. Book says hello. Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story by Richard Phillips, pictures by Eric Zells. The Book with No Story is the name of this book. No elves that are naughty, no pirates with hooks, no frogs become princes, no dogs drive cars, no rockets on journeys to Saturn or Mars. I'll show you no pictures, no scares and no thrills, no goats on trapeze, no fish with no gills, no polar bears on snowboards, no quacking duckbills. Okay, I'll show you one picture. I'll show you this picture. These are all the things right here, all the things that aren't going to be in this book, because it's a book with no story.
Hello? Excuse me, how can a book have no story?
Who said that?
Page 6. Look up to the left-hand corner.
Page 6. 6. Well, page 6, because I'm the book with no story, and I should know. The book with no story is me, and I alone decide whether or not I tell a story. There's the book with no story, guys. Right there. Now, where was I? Yes. No polar bears on snowboards, no quacking duckbills, no cyclists on high wires, no acrobat skills, no bears that are fuzzy, no genies gone bald, because the book with no story is what I am called. No story is what I am called. No once upon a times, no happily ever afters, no roller skating llamas to induce laughter. No uplifting ending when the beginning was sad. No story at all. Period. Too bad. Shouldn't I have some say about this too? Who's asking? Page 8. Page 8. Hi, and welcome to my cool page. Do you like it? This is page 8's page. Look at all those things the story is not. What is going on here?
I agree with page 6. Every book needs a story.
I don't care, page 10. I will not tell a story. And anyway, we've turned the page on page 6. It's history. Well, if you're not going to have a story, at least have a couple cool pictures of a monkey taking a selfie. What is this? I said no pictures, page 11. Didn't you read that on page 5? How can I read page 5? I'm page 11. Listen to me, pages 1 through 11. I will have no story, and I mean it. I'm the book, and I say what kind of story to tell.
Aha! You said story.
Oh, I made a mistake.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did, page 12.
No, you didn't.
Go away, page 13. May we ask why you don't want a story, Mr. Book? Because I just don't. But what's the point of a book with no story? Don't you want the reader to be entertained? For the last time. No! For the last time.
Why not?
Because maybe I just don't have a story to tell, okay? Now, are you satisfied?
Come on, Mr. Book. We can help you tell a great story. Go for it, page 16.
Oh boy, here we go. Page 16 is taking it away. Once upon a time, Prince Porkchop, lover, discovered that Princess Leaping Pickle had been kidnapped by a giant woolly tundra snail. Stop! What is this nonsense? We just wanted to inspire you with a super cool opening. I don't want to be inspired, page 17. I just want to be a book. A book with no story, and especially without a giant woolly tundra snail, whatever that is. Now, leave me alone. Do you know what you need, big fella? What? A big hug. A big hug? Yes, a big hug from all of us. A big hug, enough to squeeze you out. Squeeze out that story that we all know is inside of you. Oh, good grief.
Oh, reader, can you please close the book for a moment? We are all going to give the book with no story a big, huge hug. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hug Mr. Book. Oh, gonna hug Mr. Book. Oh, big hug.
Let's see if that helped. I hope you were hugging Mr. Book at home with me. Sometimes all it takes is a big hug to inspire someone to do great things, right? Hey, there are some words coming out and they're all crooked and smushed together. Ready to tell a story now, big fella? Oh, I can't even breathe. Oh, come on. Haven't you ever been bear hugged before? Let's try something else. Do us another favor, reader. Can you shake Mr. Book 3 times? Oh, we have to shake. Here's some pictures. But we have to shake Mr. Book 3 times. Okay? Here we go. We're going to shake Mr. Book 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, do you think that worked? Let's see. It was 3 times. I know you counted with me. Shake, shake, shake. Ah, that's better. Thank you, reader. Now, Mr. Book, the words seem to be pouring out of you. How do you feel? Frogs, dogs, pirates, thrills, Mars, story, magic, fish, elves, story, snowboards, duck, roller skates. Oh, I can breathe again, but I think my pages have come loose. Trust us, Mr. Book. Your pages have been loose for a long time. Ready to tell a story? I guess so, but I'm still afraid I don't have anything interesting to tell. Well, you'll never know if you don't try. Okay, here it goes. Hopefully this worked. Ooh. Once upon a time, there was a book who felt he had no story to tell. But then His annoying pages gave him a hug and talked his readers into shaking his words loose and told the book that he was capable of telling a story. The end. How was that?
Meh.
Meh?
We think you can do better.
Better?
There's magic in you, Mr. Book. You just have to let it out.
There's magic. Do you think there's magic in Mr. Book? Let's see. Okay, let me think. Eureka! I have an idea! Why don't we all create stories with the words we already have? I'll start. Once upon a time, there was a timid book who thought he had nothing to say. And then, did the polar bear really have a snowboard? And I wonder if the pirate had a broadsword. See, a kid is reading Mr. Book's book. His story.
I want to know more about the elves who are naughty. Do you think they eat up all the chocolate biscotti? Could the genie fly to Saturn or Mars? Or ride the dogs driving fancy new cars?
A book full of stories is what I've become. Imagine a story and let's have some fun. Imagine a poem. Imagine a play. But don't ever imagine you have nothing to say. Mr. Book told a story. The end. And here's a funny picture at the end. This is the author and the artist all dressed up like Mr. Book. I hope you guys liked that. That was Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story by Richard Phillips, pictures by Eric Zels. So that was a fun book. And now, I bet you're all wondering, Becky, at the beginning of this Read a Book Sunday, you mentioned something about winning something. And you know us, we love prizes. So, I have Read This Book If You Don't Want a Story sticker. And I will also send along a mystery book for whoever wins. Now, all you have to do is share, as soon as this is done and this is posted, share this story or book with somebody else. The more shares means the more entries that you put in there. So be sure to go out and share this story with others for your chance to win this sticker and a brand new book all for yourself. So we'll have a conversation. I'll find out a little bit about what kind of books you like, what age level you're at, what reading level you're at, and I will send you a mystery book that you can check out as well. So again, all you need to do is share this video as soon as I post it, and I'll give it a week, and I will tell everybody who the winner is next Storytime Sunday. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to share the story so that you can get our special mystery book and prize pack, because sharing is caring. So I will see you guys next Sunday for Storytime Sunday. Thank you again to the Briar Patch for our awesome non-story storybook and our sticker. And I will probably get the prize book from there as well. So, and for our prize this evening. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, a fantastic Monday. Make sure to go to your local bookseller and find out what magic and mysteries they have in store for you, literally in store for you. And always be creative. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.